Hello everyone. Um, Not gonna lie, I was probably not going to stream today since it's like I don't know, it's New Year's. Okay, to be honest, I just had like a burrito and then I got really bloated and I wasn't feeling it. But then now I'm bored. I'm very bored and I feel like I should play Expedition 33 even though to be honest, I'm feeling relatively reluctant to continue. I'm not going to lie. I still feel kind of upset about what happened in Act One. Um, Not that it's bad or anything. It's just um, after what happened to Gustav, it's like what the hell. It's like I've seen enough of this game already, but I'm sure there's way more to it, and I still have to play. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling her about because she's like a fan of like visual novels. So I was like, you know what? Let me stream the visual novels I own on Mondays. So that includes Danganronpa, um, Ace Attorney, and Higurashi When They Cry. So I do own those games. And I changed and tweaked the schedule a little bit. I wanted it to be a bit more flexible. So I put visual novel day on Mondays, Wednesdays for Clair Obscur still, Fridays for Near. I might have to cancel this Friday's stream, unfortunately, because my brother is coming over, and it's just not. It's just gonna be pretty annoying to stream with him around. So I think I would rather just wait until he's gone. So I will probably not be streaming near this Friday, sadly. But it's also an opportunity for me to really get more into the book. I didn't get to read as many chapters as I would have wanted to. For context, I'm talking about um, this Near Replicant book, File 1. So I do want to get this done before next stream. It's not that long, so I'm like, it's 260p. How much? It's like around. It's like 290-ish pages or whatever. So I do want to read this by before next time I stream Near, which will be delayed to next year, unfortunately, on next Friday. And I'll be also, so I also need to grind, as I said, I needed to grind off stream and get all the weapons. I did ended up figuring out which weapon I was missing, and it was the King of Facade gives you like this quest after the Wolf quest, and you can get a weapon from it. And I have to do that, and I'll play everything up to the Shadow Lord's castle, and I'll save at the gates. Sorry. So I'll save at the gate, and then I'll leave it for the stream next time. And I think Near Replicants Day is probably going to change to I th- probably let's maybe or maybe not Automata. But that depends on my storage right now. I kind of ran out of storage having all these games downloaded. I think I might transition to. Let me look at my Steam library. I was thinking of maybe finishing. I was thinking maybe turning Friday into like a day where I finish the games that I previously played. So I do so what happened was that initially I would always like record my playthroughs on my computer without streaming it. But then eventually I was like, you know what, let's get to streaming. It would be fun and there's it's going to be um you'll get to see like my raw emotions and how I feel in the moment about certain scenes or certain things. So even though I did play a few games, so I'm talking about for Friday, I'm talking about Amori, I'm talking about Metaphor Fantasio. I haven't finished those games. Um, I've played like a good third, one third and one third of both games. So I didn't have any sort of crazy emotion. I didn't feel any sad. Like I wasn't like sad or anything. For either, they were just good. So I can't wait to finish those up. I think either I'm very open to suggestions. Either on Friday I'm gonna finish my games, so Omori and Metaphor, or I could also perhaps transition to Metal Gear Solid, or maybe do like a Deltarune stream. I feel like Deltarune is very Christmas vibes to me, or just Undertale in general. It's very Christmas vibes and very cozy, I guess. So maybe I could play the four chapters. It's been a while. I played the first two chapters on release. So I think it would be a lot of fun to experience the four chapters, and then once two more chapters comes out or something in like 2 years or so, 2 to 3 years, I'll be ready as well. I don't know. I'm very, very, very open to suggestions. And or perhaps we could also make Friday a Final Fantasy day. I could make it a Final Fantasy day. I can finally play Rebirth, maybe. But before playing Rebirth, I wanted to say that. So I'm very, very new to Final Fantasy. I played 7 Remake, and obviously I didn't know what it was about. It was just, I'm jumping into this world, I'm getting an idea of what the world is like, and I'm getting an idea of um, the exposition and the setting and the characters, who they are as people. But it really wasn't that in depth. So as soon as I finished September, so like there's like a gag moment. Spoiler warning. You can click off and just really quickly. It'll be very quick. Um, Zack comes back in remake, and so when I first saw that, I didn't have any reactions or anything. I was like, "Oh, who's this guy? He looks cool." So I played 7 remake, and then I played the Yuffie DLC, which I really enjoyed, and I really liked Yuffie. Um, and then I was like, okay, so I can't just go to Rebirth. I'm gonna have to play Crisis Core. So I actually recorded my entire Crisis Core journey. I really enjoyed that game. I think it's my favorite Final Fantasy game at the moment. And I got so much more context. I learned about Sephiroth's background. I learned about um, who Zack was, very important to the story, and most importantly as well, like Cloud. Like I didn't understand Cloud for 7 Remake, and then when you play Crisis Core, you realize that Cloud has memory loss, and his identity is very fractured, and he doesn't seem to remember Zack at all. In fact, he's been pretending to be Zack, and almost like took his personality when Cloud was so when he was in that lab and he was exposed to all that Mako, he ended up having some sort of amnesia, and he was and Zack and was trying to protect him. Unfortunately, he died, and he gave him his sword, and it was like, and Cloud was like, "I'll never forget you," which sadly he did. And also, most importantly, what happened to Nibelheim? What happened? Tifa as well we get more context about Tifa, and we get more context about Aerith as well. Characters I've never seen or anybody talk about, Genesis and the Leonard, and I'm like freezing right now. the There's like so many new characters that just weren't in the remake at all. So I was like, okay, so let me download like Final Fantasy VII, and I was playing it off stream just to get like a general gist of the story, because at the end of the day, this is not a remake. This is a rebuild, so the story is going to be very different, and it's very important to understand this, because when I was playing remake, I didn't understand what um, the shades, what are they called? The wraiths, those flying creatures or whatever. What purpose they were for? But they were there to basically make sure that the future doesn't change. They would like do things in order to guarantee that the timeline of FF7 Remake is the same as the timeline of FF7. And I want to say that, um, unfortunately, I do know I do have some spoilers. I do know some spoilers of the original Final Fantasy VII, but that's normal because that game came out. That game came out when my aunt was a kid, and she played it when she was a kid. And I do know that Aerith dies, but the thing is, I don't know what's gonna happen with Aerith as for a remake. Is she gonna live? Is she gonna die? That's the thing. That's what I'm really interested in. That's what I'm interested. This is what I'm interested in seeing. Um, and I really love Aerith, so I hope not. Um, and I still think it will still have when I'll play Rebirth. Uh, if that's Aerith scene, I don't know if again, I don't know what happens to Aerith, but I still think that if she does perhaps die, it will have a similar impact as if I never knew about it. Like I just feel like I'll probably still cry, and I'm very excited to play Rebirth. But before that, I just wanted to replay Remake on stream with now that I have the context of uh, some context about the original Final Fantasy VII because I didn't finish it, while also having the crisis core context, which is the most important part. So I would be so down to replay Remake on Friday, and then we transition to Rebirth right after. And I know I heard it's a really long game, but still I'm very excited. And hopefully I'll be able to finish Remake and Rebirth. By the time I finish it, I hope that they release the next sequel, and they release it on PC because usually they release it on PlayStation and it's not on PC for about like either a year and a half or two, I think. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. It's gonna be a long journey having to finish my backlog, but it is one of my goals. I don't enjoy hoarding games. I would like to experience it all and actually finish it. And streaming is my motivation and what will actually make me commit to actually finishing these games. Basically, this is my motivation channel. This is my channel to actually expose myself to more medias, specifically games here. But yeah, this is I'm very excited. This will be a very long journey, obviously. Like I'm not gonna finish the whole Danganronpa series overnight. You know what? Perhaps we should make some New Year's goals this year, and one of my goals will be to finish. Actually, like even like thinking back, I played so many games this year, and I think I finished around 10. I finished. Let me see what I finished. I finished. Baldur's Gate 3, Cooking Companions, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7, Anna's Dream Barbecue, but that one's not long. I finished Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I finished Little Misfortune. I finished. I think I'm not gonna log in on Xbox right now, but I'm pretty sure I finished as well Persona 3 Reload and with episode I guess of course the DLC. Actually, let me just check my backlog because I've been journaling. Is there a way to actually see games I finished? The thing is, like, I only made this account recently, so it's not like I have everything specifically written. I finished Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Amazing game. Amazing game. I do have the the remake of the trilogy on my computer, which I'm like maybe I should play on stream or something. But also a hot take, I kind of like the pixelated DS style over the hand-drawn Phoenix game. I just think it has more soul to it, and it had so much personality. Honestly, when I finished Ace Attorney, like the final case, like I literally stood up and clapped. Like it was really good. Um, I didn't even count all the games I listed, but I think it's already a pretty good amount, especially since I also tend to watch movies and watch animes and maybe like I wanted to also read more books, which I kind of did a little bit. Um, but I think this year um, I should be proud of myself. I really think so. I accomplished a lot of my goals. I wanted to watch 100 movies, which I was able to do. I was able to watch 82. 82 movies is really nice. Happy New Year. But yeah, hopefully, so we're gonna set a new goal for next year. I think 10 games is a very fair. I just think it's a very fair. Finishing 10 games is a fair goal. I did, I think around 7 to 9 games this year. So I will be doing 10 next year. Hopefully that includes Final Fantasy Rebirth, Danganronpa games, and all that I want to stream. Did I write? No, you didn't write happy, but I read it as happy. So, um, yeah. Um, that's all. That was all I had to say for my yapping tangent about New Year's and things I want to do on stream. And I want to also probably upload a few videos, a few YouTube videos. Maybe I'll start with a small goal. I'll do like uh, I want to upload. Um, let's start small. Let's say I want to upload 5 really good quality videos, fully edited, of my experience with some sort of game and my or playthrough. Like that's 5 already, just so I can actually motivate myself to actually put in the work. And maybe like a follower goal. Uh, that one's kind of hard to assess because I only started streaming. When did I even start streaming? November? 2 weeks ago? Is there a way to check? Well, my goal right now is to have 25 followers, but well, okay, well, first of all, I need to get affiliates. How about that? But that one's easy. Like, I feel like I can easily do that. I guess, how about 100 followers? 100 followers for next year. I think it's a very doable goal. Um, let's do that. And yeah, that's all I have to say. But what are your goals? What are your goals for next year? Honestly, I haven't really. Actually, I remember every year I tend to have a list. So every year I just make this list of what are my goals. I don't really add any goals because a lot of them are repetitive. It's more that I just see my progress when it comes to the goals I made for myself, and it's like from step by step. For example, one of my goals is to create a video game. So for I wrote step 1 is to brainstorm ideas and concepts. So I already did this, and I wrote quite a lot. Step 2 would be to actually learn game development platforms, which is what I'm gonna do next year. So each year I'm trying to go slowly but surely, and I believe actually that I can. One of my goals was actually to do ballet this year, and I was able to do that, and it was fun. That means I actually accomplished at least something. Or we're in the process of accomplishing many things. Anyways, this stream is already how long? About 30 minutes, and it's just been me talking about New Year's and goals and games and things I want for this channel. I think it's about time that we actually get to the game, because that's what I came here for, and I'm bored. Okay. Um, why can't we see my follow goal thing there? Even my camera's not visible. Cool. Okay, let's launch. I still feel kind of bloated. I ate too much food. Sandfall Interactive. I do feel, if I'm gonna be honest with my feelings right now, I still feel very reluctant to play this right now. Which is a good thing, because it means that was effective with upsetting me. I was so upset. I was like, what? How are we killing off the main character? No, he's alive. Maybe I'm still coping, but I think he's still alive. I really do. I don't think he died. What the hell? My game just crashed. Na 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 na. Come on, why is it taking forever? Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe gonna have to start pre-launching games, cause why is it taking forever? What the heck? Am I gonna have to restart my computer or something? I'm still upset about what happened. Well, goodbye Gustav, I guess. Now I have Verso. Why is it not launching? What is happening? The world is against me. The world doesn't want me to stream. Okay, well, while it's opening, let me just talk, I guess. I was thinking, because my brother's coming tomorrow, so I said I was probably not gonna stream near on Friday, but I don't know what time he's coming. If he comes at like, if he comes, if he comes late, like perhaps I could like stream near or something, but I don't think so. Not to get everybody's hopes up. You know what? Let me open big picture mode. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe that's how I'll get it to work. But actually, I might have to restart. I don't want to. Window. No, not this. Okay. Let's see this. Maybe it'll launch if I do this instead. um. There. Okay, cool. Feel like I'm playing on PlayStation or something. But that's so weird. It's suddenly being weird. Caso vitae. What the hell? It's not doing anything. Also, regarding my theories, I still think we got some time traveling kind of story thing going on, and that's and that Mael is actually uh the old lady, the one with the gray hair that was with Verso, and she was trying to prevent her past self from doing something. I think that's that would make the most sense. I don't know. Let's just exit this. Like, this is not working. Maybe I should restart Steam instead of my PC. I'll do that. Because it's being really weird. Let's see here. It's launching. At this point, it's a sign to just go to sleep. That's he's like, nope. This year you're done streaming for this year. You should have streamed when you were higher energy, I guess. Oh, shush, taking forever. What the heck? Why is my Steam being weird? Is there like a lot of activity going on, like on Steam? Are the servers weird? Are the servers down? Like, what's happening? Let's try again. I'll run it as administrator, maybe it'll help. Maybe it's a Wi-Fi thing. No, but if it was a Wi-Fi thing, my stream's still working. It says waiting for network. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to restart my computer. Steam waiting for network. It's not gonna work. It really isn't. Okay, fine. I'll restart. Yeah, I'm restarting. Maybe I could like just make it launch. I'll restart. See you guys.